If you've ever bought a new RV, whether it's a Grand Design, Keystone, a Jayco, or pretty much any other brand, you've got one of these things tucked away somewhere. The thick owner's manual. Yep, most people just shove it in a drawer the day they drive off the lot and they never look at it again. But we actually cracked ours open and we saw something on the page 23 that made our head spin. We hit upon something that every new RVer needs to know about. It's not a polite suggestion, it's not a tip, it's a straight up warning, and it's bigger than most owners realize. If you ignore what's buried in this book right here, you're not just risking a random breakdown, you could be silently voiding your entire warranty without ever realizing it. And here's the kicker, it doesn't matter who built your rig. I guarantee you, your manufacturer has a similar clause hiding in there too. So make sure you stick around for this video and click that notification bell. We're starting a new series that's diving deep into the owner's manual, and there's more information in here than we could possibly cover in one video. So you're going to want to make sure that you get the notification every time we upload a new episode. This is a huge confusion area here. Most RVs actually come with two different warranties. First is the limited base warranty. This covers defects in materials, but then there's the structural warranty. People hear, oh, I'm covered for 3 years, and they think they're covered for everything. But you need to check your specific manual, because usually structural only covers the box, the roof, the floor, and the walls. If your slide out motor dies, that's not necessarily structural, and you may have to pay for it. So flipping through here, we found what might be the scariest paragraph for full-time RVers, and this is standard across the industry. The disclaimer of consequential damages. This explicitly states that the manufacturer does not cover lodging, food, or transportation. So if a warranty defect makes your RV unlivable, you are technically homeless and they don't necessarily owe you anything. One of the most confusing and frustrating parts of RV warranty claims is something called the pass-through problem, or what I like to call the "it's not our problem" warranty shuffle. So take a look at this list on the screen right now. This is a component supplier list. It shows the major brands that make the individual parts on almost every RV out there. Things like your fridge, your air conditioner, your awnings, slides, water heaters, and so on. Here are the big names you'll see over and over: Lippert, Dometic, Furrion, Atwood, which is now part of Dometic, Suburban, Norcold, and a handful of others. On the next page, you'll see the same components with the actual warranty details for each one. Here's the key thing most new RV owners don't realize. Unlike a car where the vehicle manufacturer, say Ford or Toyota or whoever it is, covers basically everything under one warranty, RVs don't work that way. The RV manufacturer, whether it's Forest River, Thor, Keystone, Grand Design, Winnebago, or anyone else typically, they only warranty the structural or coach-built parts they assemble themselves. Everything else, those are pass-through components. Each one comes with its own separate warranty directly from the component manufacturer. So say your Dometic fridge stops cooling, or your Furrion TV flickers out, or your Lippert slide jams. Well, guess what? You might start with your RV brand's warranty department, but oftentimes they'll have you contact the component supplier directly. Yep, it can be exactly as annoying as it sounds. This is why people get so upset when dealers or factories say, sorry, that's covered by so-and-so, call them. It feels like they're passing the buck, and honestly, from the consumer side, it does feel unfair. But to be honest, it's almost always spelled out clearly in our owner's manual and warranty packet. It's right there in black and white. The good news, these component brands are the same across most all of your RV makes and models. The phone numbers and websites on this list you're seeing right now, they apply to probably 80 to 90% of the RVs on the road today. So right now, pause this video and take a screenshot of this page and save it somewhere safe. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later when something breaks 6 months or 6 years down the road. So the bottom line is to know your component list. Know who really warranties each part, and don't waste time fighting with the wrong company. It saves a ton of headaches. Well, all right, let's dive back into these yellow pages and see what else they have to say. What does all of this mean? Well, basically, it tells us who is covered. This warranty is for the original buyer of the RV, and it tells us how long it lasts. In our case, the limited base warranty lasts for 1 year starting from the day we bought the RV. It also says we can transfer this warranty if we sell the RV within the 1-year transfer period. And then this section right here, well, it basically says any action you take to change or fix anything yourself or having an unauthorized person do so voids the warranty immediately. Furthermore, if you use the RV for any kind of business, rental, or commercial purposes, the warranty is automatically canceled. Finally, any damage you cause through accidents, misuse, abuse, or negligence, that's not covered under the limited warranty. And then this section, it talks about all the things that are excluded from the base warranty. There are numerous types of things that are excluded from the warranty, including components not manufactured by the manufacturer, or items covered by separate warranties, or normal wear and tear items, or damaged or misused or neglected outside the US and Canada. You see, this is a lot of legal jargon in this next paragraph, so here's a simplified explanation of the main points. It's a disclaimer of all other warranties, no unwritten promises. The manufacturer makes only specific promises when written in their main warranty document. They explicitly deny any unwritten or implied promises or guarantees. You see, by law, a product typically comes with an automatic implied warranty of merchantability, meaning it should be fit for its ordinary purpose, like an RV should be safe and functional for travel. Well, this document dramatically limits this implied protection to last for only the exact length as their implied written warranty period, rather than the potentially longer time allowed by some state laws. This section, it also goes over state law exceptions. This section does acknowledge that some states don't allow this exclusion, so the limitation may not apply to you. In other words, our legal rights can vary depending on our location. So it's up to us to know our local state laws. This section also says that samples and models are not guarantees. There are no exact match promises. If the salesperson showed you a sample, a model, or a brochure before you bought the RV, that item was only meant to illustrate a general type of quality, not a basis of the bargain. This means that the exact features or quality of the sample are not a binding promise that your final product will be identical. You can't claim an express warranty was created based on the sample or model you were shown. In short, this is the seller's way of saying what you see is what you get. Their only promises are in the main warranty document, and any samples you saw don't count as promises. Now, this section right here, it starts off kind of repetitive from the last section, but then, hold on, it's got an I gotcha moment. I mean, it'll make you do a double take. If you've stuck with us this far in the video, this is the section I was talking about in the intro. This section right here is very important. Every new RV owner needs to hear this, all right? In simpler terms, what this section right here says, to get any warranty coverage at all, you must send your required registration notice back to the manufacturer within 30 days of your purchase date. If you don't, the entire warranty is void. So let that sink in for a little bit. This section, design changes, it goes over, in simpler terms, the manufacturer can change the product design whenever they want without telling you beforehand. And they don't have to upgrade or modify the specific product you already bought to match the new design. We already talked about how frustrating it can be to try and get a RV warranted. Well, this little section right here, it kind of gives you another little heart attack, you might say. This section says that if you take legal action against the company regarding the warranty and don't win your case completely, you're responsible for paying for your own legal costs and all the manufacturer's legal costs. So they want to make you think twice about taking any action. So keep your cool and don't lose your head. This section right here, it's kind of going over again how the manufacturer's warranty handles parts made by other companies. It's basically reiterating the primary manufacturer is not responsible for fixing parts they didn't make themselves, like we discussed in a pass-through section of this video. Things can get pretty tricky when you actually have a warranty claim. Dealers aren't always helpful. They're in the business of selling rigs, and it often feels like they forgot about you until you're ready to buy again. There's a constant pass the buck cycle. That's not us, call the manufacturer. But knowing your manual, that gives you something to fall back on. That's why we're doing this series, to help educate you and understand your owner's rights. When dealing with a dealership service department, we have found it in our best interest to contact a factory simultaneously, letting them know where our unit is and why it's in the shop. We've even gone as far as to inquire about availability of parts for the repair. This way, nothing falls between the cracks. Like, say, they tell you the parts are available and then the dealer says, oh, we're waiting on parts. Well, you know there's a disconnect somewhere because you've already talked to the manufacturer and they say the parts are in stock. So who's responsible here? Let's try and hold someone accountable. It sounds like there's a lot more things in here excluded than there are included, doesn't it? Well, that's not really true, but there are a lot of exclusions in here that you have to be aware of. And with this deep dive into the Owner's Manual series, we're going to go through what is expected of us to take care of our units, what we need to do to stay in compliance so that a warranty claim can't be denied if we have one. So stick around, make sure you subscribe to this channel and that you ring that notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload the next one, because we're going to do a really deep dive into this and we'll go through all the stuff that's expected of us. So take care of yourself out there. We'll see you next week.